So, how long ago did you get all this done?
This had to have been about 20 years ago, up until that time.
All right, we are going to be heading outside in just a moment. We're also going to share a little bit of Matheny Fieldhouse. It's your Pratte Pack and the head coach, Gino DeMarco, of course, his lovely daughter, one of four. She is Rachel shooting this. She is going to be a junior at our alma mater, New Brighton High School. But before we head out of this wonderful area that I have been in a few times, we actually shot some television here years ago. Speaking of New Brighton, our former principal has made it. He's embossed right here. Tell everybody about that, Gino.
Yeah, Bill Edwards was quite an athlete. Mr. Edwards was quite an athlete here at Geneva and in New Brighton, and just recently got inducted to Beaver County Hall of Fame. I mean, when I look at what he's done,
Impressive.
Oh, very, very impressive, and yeah, we were very, very happy to see that happen for him.
And still very active. He's actually making sure that all of those storefronts in New Brighton are occupied. Downtown New Brighton has never looked better, and one of the reasons, the thriving force that is Bill Edwards. Tell me about this room. Let's just kind of walk around a little bit. Go ahead.
Well, this is just a tribute to all of the players that we've had that have done something exceptional. I mean, here's a story the New York Times did on our football program back in, I think, 1998. This is these guys up here. This group beat Harvard back in 1926. Harvard was like Alabama. Here's a Letterman sweater. Here's Larry Bruno, who's one of our retired. We retired his number. What a great player, great coach, great motivator. These footballs represent different things.
Here's the thing, Rachel, I got to show this real quick. Show this sweater. This is something that I've always found fascinating about Geneva, and I thought to myself, if I could ever come back in another life, I'd strive to get one of those. Those are still one of the coolest things that you guys have ever done here.
And you mean to wear those play in those? Yeah,
well, that'll never happen in this life.
No. These footballs just represent like the top 100 players per quarter century, and then there's one here that is for the all-time team. This was actually used in the first Orange Bowl, that game. This is all those NAIA years that we were winning championships.
Winningest coach in the history of Geneva.
Yeah, Victory Bowl championships. There's 5 national championships there. Our baseball team. Come on over here. This guy is a pretty big deal. Probably the biggest deal in the history of Geneva College. Cal Hubbard, he's in 3 Hall of Fames. Amazing. I mean, when you go to Canton, his bust is there. I mean, of all places.
Listen, once we settle down outside, we're going to talk about the Beaver County connection. But they have athletes from amazing Christian schools from all over the country, from high schools, from Florida, you name it. They have come from all around to be a part of this wonderful program. But Beaver County is something that he is really proud of, and he gets a lot of athletes from Beaver County, but also in this tri-state, places like Wellsville, Ohio, a place kicker, Salem, Ohio. The thing that I love, it really is a melting pot here, isn't it?
Oh, it's always been that way. Geneva's always been that way. I look back to when we were here, 30-some years ago, and there were lots of commuters and a lot of transfers. Guys that had gone away to different places and all came back. I'd like to see, and I think this is going to happen, Rob. I really do. We all hope that Beaver County will rebound, and there's signs of growth popping up everywhere. I'd really like to see that happen so that we can get our fair share of kids right out of high school. That's the one difference that between now and probably 10 years ago.
Tomorrow, because of Brewster's in Hopewell, the club at Shadow Lakes, Jimmy Manganello, and the Keystone Mountain Lake Regional Council of the Carpenters, we're going to broadcast from noon until 3. I'm in for Mike Pintek. We're going to be at Lair Park. We're going to talk to State Representative Jim Christiana, State Senator Elder Vogel, and Congressman Keith Rothfuss about how Beaver County is rebounding in a big way. Now let's head out to Matheny Fieldhouse, 1961, named after Dr. Matheny. This is Matheny Fieldhouse, and this, many years ago, it actually had a waistline. I used to jog in here when I used to get done at the local radio station and go out and run the bleachers. And what I love about this campus, here it is Monday, July 3rd, day before the holiday. We still have young athletes, student athletes who are just participating. But it's a very wide open campus, very peaceful, serene. And here again, I got to go back to the whole idea of faith-based. You really put a lot of faith in these students and the people in this community, and it's always been a place that welcomes everybody.
Oh, it has. And you know, our new president, Dr. Calvin Trump, is a Blackhawk graduate, graduated from Geneva College. It is so basic to our foundation that you know, the college seal is now on our, is everywhere on our uniform, and it says it right there for God, it's for Christ and country. So that's what we're about. It's a faith-based school, it's a Christian school, and we don't apologize for it. But there's been some pretty good games over here.
I know.
Over the years.
I know.
You know, back in the 50s, Geneva owned the NAI.
Well, I just love it, and I must tell you, we don't really have time to do the full tour, but they've got racquetball courts, they've got a weight room, all sorts of great things here. And if you're a student athlete wondering where can I go to play a little sports and get a great faith-based education, Geneva is the place.
Well, I got to tell you, I really think we got probably the best basketball facility and football facility in the conference. We just put new lighting in the gym. The floor is a new system that we put in probably about 8 years ago, and it is a great environment, nice environment to watch college basketball.
So you didn't retire Joe Hogan's number?
What, Joe? Yeah, we should do it in New Brighton.
That's right. Inside joke, but we love him. Okay, folks, heading outside now, and you're going to find out why this really has become a cradle of not just coaches for Beaver County, but athletes too. It's our hometown team. We're very proud of it. We're at Geneva College tonight with his daughter Rachel, shooting this on the Samsung AT&T phone. I never forget the people that really work and make this happen. You're one of them. We appreciate it, along with the coach, Gino DeMarco. Let's go outside, folks. The only way I'm going to come back is if you get a slush puppy machine here.
You know,
remember these as a kid? Come
absolutely.
on now. I'm still a big kid.
You know, I think
Rachel knows all about slush puppies, don't you, Rachel?
I really think that should be one of our, football
Come off the
events.
practice field.
Oh, slush puppy. We give them chocolate milk.
What if you could do this, make it out of Gatorade?
Yeah. Yeah, I know how we can fill the stadium.
I used to too. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Marietta, Bethany, St. Vincent, Teal, Waynesburg's the homecoming, and that's going to be on October the 7th. Carnegie Mellon on the road, back here, Case Western, Grove City. W&J is when Westminster. I got to tell you, this is a great schedule.
Well, we're in a great league. I mean, when you look at this right here, Case Western and Carnegie Mellon, I mean, you're talking two of the premier engineering programs. Carnegie Mellon's one of the premier institutions, in the world. They're in our league. Thomas More is in our league. We don't play them this year, but it's one of the toughest leagues in D3.
All right, some of these coaches, just last names: Baldwin, Brunton, Kalelic, Tommy Contenta, Conway, Pichellis, Feltrop, Heights, McElroy, Phillips. Talk about some of these guys.
These guys all have some sort of tie to Geneva. Johnny Baldwin from Aliquippa played for us, transferred from Clarion. Brunton owns Brunton's Milk.
Yep.
It's played for us. He's from Hopewell.
By the way, that's available at Janoski's Farm.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And it's also available down at Orham's with those donuts that I'm not ever to eat again. Pat Colella was a kicking coach at New Brighton. Tommy Contenta is a New Brighton boy that came here, and he's been our recruiting coordinator for I don't know how long. New guy, Dakota Conway. He was here when he was like 6. His dad was the assistant
You and
head
him
coach.
go way back.
We go way back. Yeah, Mike DeChellis has been with me forever. Zach Feltrop played Mike Backer for us, runs the defense here, is phenomenal with our kids. Bobby Heights played guard for us, is a strength coach. I mean, we go on. And Donnie Phillips.
Former head coach, Beaver, Elwood, great football player.
We got him back here at Geneva. He coached here once before. And now that we're running a triple option, well, I think we got the best guy in the county.
Listen, this
right.
last year's roster, I circled a bunch of kids from Beaver County. So instead of me spending the entire night going over this list, talk about some of the kids from Beaver County who have matriculated to Geneva.
Well, we had 2 kids from Central Valley that done very, very well. We had a left guard that plays for us, Conti, and we got a free safety, Shively. I mean, those 2 kids have done real well. Very proud about a corner we have from Freedom. Hogue, Jared's done an exceptional, he's really done very, very well. We've got some other guys that have transferred back. Kid from Quaker Valley, we got out of high school, and we just got a new transfer that we're looking at for some good things this year.
You excited
From,
about this year?
Well, yeah. I mean, you got to be excited. Otherwise, if you're not excited, it's time to get out and start selling groceries. I mean, maybe I
like
get a
selling
job
groceries
down
at Coons Market,
Foodland,
right.
or Coons, or wherever.
I was up
Sure.
to Fisher Brothers Foodland.
Yeah.
It's okay.
You got to be excited. Otherwise, it's time to get out.
Hey, listen, Rachel, come here. Do me a favor. Follow me, Coach. Do people still get excited? I mean, it's been a few falls since he played here, but anytime, can you show that number 19 up there, Rach? Joe Namath, you know, they did the big, you know, homecoming thing here. Do these kids still understand who he was and how great of a football player he was?
Well, the kids don't. Kids understand a little bit, but the dads understand the magnitude of what that man did for professional football.
Yeah.
I mean, he changed the entire league.
After that third Super Bowl, brought them together.
The entire league. And the guy next to him, Larry Bruno, I mean, you couldn't find a better player, coach, mentor. Eddie Hartman, who played here, passed away. Tragically taken. It was just the epitome of the Christian student athlete. And then you got Cal Hubbard, like we were talking about up in the trophy case. I kind of like those three guys in the bottom. They all played for me. The tailbacks, those guys are number 1, 2, and 3.
See, the real reason I kind of changed the setting here, because I'm like downwind now on a hot night, D&G Pizza coming from 7th Avenue. Honestly, when I drove by tonight, I had to do everything in my power not to stop there.
But you got to go right by it on the way.
Oh, no. I'm going to go up to Chippewa on home to be safe.
Gotcha.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we go, just a little bit more about this great school, your president, faith-based, and more importantly, one thing I did read, private schools, you know, about 20% cheaper. That's just what I saw earlier today on the internet than most. So you get a huge bang for your buck here.
Well, we were, the Kiplinger magazine got us in the top 100. I mean, we were ranked 70th among every school, every private school. And I'm talking big schools as far as value. What it is, it's a Christian school. We got a president that has a vision. We've got a football coach here that understands how to make men, you know, and let's not kid ourselves. When you come to Geneva, I mean, it's not like, you know, we're giving kids something to play here. I mean, our kids come, they are playing because they love to play ball. It's like being at the Naval Academy. You don't get a full ride at the Naval Academy. And, you know, we're not dishing out money to bring guys in. And it's the kind of kid that we get is the kind of kid that you want to hire, you know, in business and engineering and sciences when they get out of here and when they're done playing ball.
I don't want to go as far as saying spiritual, but there's something very refreshing when you pull into this campus, and it always makes me feel better than I did before I got here. So thank you very much for letting me come over, okay?
Rob, you got, if you want, I can get you an office.
How about a cot in the back? I need to go to sleep. I'm so tired. All right, folks, that'll do it for me, I think. Don't forget, tomorrow, where are we gonna be? Oh, yeah, Monaca.
Yeah, we're doing Monaca.
John Adeline Memorial Park, noon to 3. Should be a wonderful 4th of July celebration. Good night from Reeve Stadium in Beaver Falls.